Red Flags of Beliefaholism Part 5, Cognitive Dissonance. Cognitive, of course, means of the mind, and dissonance is another word for disharmony. Two things clashing like instruments playing in different keys. Those two instruments when it comes to human beings are the mind and the body. And so cognitive dissonance is when the mind isn't aligned with, in tune with, or in harmony with the body. You may not know this, or you may, but both the body and the mind hold beliefs. And we usually assume that the ones in the mind, or the ones we're conscious of, are the ones that guide us or make up our identity. But that's not usually the case. Our body's unconscious beliefs and the repressed emotions that keep them locked in place and feeling true generally override the mind and our conscious beliefs. This is why, for example, there are some people with treatment-resistant depression. They're in therapy, they're on meds, they're processing what's happening in the conscious mind, but they can't seem to kick the depression. And the reason for that is even though they think they want to feel better on the conscious level, their body disagrees. It holds conflicting beliefs and buried repressed emotions. It's also why we have people in recovery relapsing. Their conscious mind says one thing, I want to get clean and sober, but again, the body has other plans. It still believes it needs its drugs and alcohol to soothe its unaddressed beliefaholism and emotional repression. So, as you can see in these cases, the body and the mind aren't connected. And that's what cognitive dissonance is. This saying yes, and that saying no. Or this saying no, and that saying yes. And this also explains why some people double down on beliefs even when they've experienced evidence that contradicts them. We see this often, and especially lately, with cult members. When the cult leader is depedestalized and falls from grace, usually because of some scandal, the cult members have a really hard time accepting this. And it's not because they don't know at some level that it's true that they've been duped or that their guy's a charlatan. It's because the body needs to continue to believe that they haven't and he's not. For two very important reasons, safety and love. You could say that those two reasons are why anyone has any kind of cognitive dissonance. In childhood, we all get conditioned to some degree to believe things and repress our emotion. And we go along with it in order to get our needs met. It's a bit like an animal being domesticated. But the difference between an animal and a human is a big one. Humans will cling to beliefs in order to stay safe. Humans will actually choose mental emotional suffering over emotional and energetic freedom, which is why humans have a hard time escaping and climbing out of cults, religions, and belief systems. But I can tell you, as someone who's done it, deprogrammed, and does it with others daily, it's not only a pretty simple process, it's also one of the most liberating experiences you can give yourself. Deprogramming and coming out of emotional repression is realigning the body with the mind and coming out of cognitive dissonance. Another simpler and sweeter way to say this is it's becoming yourself again, harmonizing, for some people, for the first time in their lives. So if this sounds like you and you'd like to get started with the work, visit getwiththeprogram.com.